Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd and Julie Chrisley, reality TV stars journey to prison and back. After serving time for bank fraud and tax evasion, reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley were pardoned by President Donald Trump in May, and now they are eyeing a return to the spotlight. Here's a look back at their journey from fame to federal prison to freedom. The couple starred on USA Network's Chrisley Knows Best, alongside their children Savannah, Chase and Grayson, and Todd's mother, Nanny Faye, from 2014 to 2023. The Chrisleys fall from grace. A federal grand jury in Atlanta indicted the Chrisleys on 12 counts of wire fraud, conspiracy to commit bank fraud, and conspiracy to defraud the United States in 2019. Prosecutors accused the Chrisleys of evading nearly $2 million in state taxes between 2008 and 2016 and hiding over $1 million from the IRS, according to E! News. Todd Chrisley denied that he and Julie evaded taxes shortly after the indictment, saying that a former employee had stolen from his family and phony documents and forged their signatures years ago, People reported at the time. In 2022, Todd and Julie Chrisley were sentenced to a combined 19 years in prison for conspiring to defraud Atlanta area banks out of more than $30 million in loans by submitting false documents and tax evasion. Todd Chrisley calls out prison conditions. The reality TV couple began serving their prison sentences in January 2023, with Todd being sentenced to a federal correctional prison in Pensacola, Florida, and Julie at a federal prison in Lexington, Kentucky. Todd spoke to News Nation in December 2023 while serving his sentence, saying that he felt he was being targeted by prison staff and that he and other inmates were living in filthy conditions. They said, "What we need to do is we need to put him in nasal therapy and put him in shackles and let him ride around the country for a time and then bring him back, and that will humble him," Chrisley said. He thinks he's in one of his mansions that he's used to living in, but this is the expletive, BOP, Bureau of Prisons. He also said that the prison food was disgustingly filthy, estimating that the inmates would take in maybe 1,000 calories per day. "They are literally starving these men to death here," Chrisley said. Chrisleys pardoned by Trump. The Chrisleys were released from prison on May 28 after Trump pardoned the couple. Their daughter, Savannah, a supporter of the president, advocated for their release and sought a presidential pardon. Todd and Julie Chrisley did not see each other during their time in prison, but said their reunion was emotional. "And for me, it's just weird because she was never away from me, even the whole time we were apart. She was with me every second, every breath that I took," Todd Chrisley said, adding, "When I saw her, I was grateful to wrap my arms around her, but it was just more like, I'm home." Julie Chrisley also spoke about the reunion, saying there was laughter and tears, and the first thing that the duo did together was dinner with their family. The future of the Chrisleys. The Chrisleys do plan to return to the limelight. Lifetime reportedly greenlit a new show, currently called The Untold Chrisleys Project, expected to air later this year, over 2 years after their conviction, according to People. According to an official logline from Lifetime, the Chrisleys don't know best anymore, but they're doing their best to be there for each other. The family faces the challenge of carrying on the Chrisley name and legacy on their own with only phone calls and brief visits with their incarcerated parents. In a development that's shaken both the reality TV world and fans of Chrisley Knows Best, Todd and Julie Chrisley's tumultuous saga has taken yet another dramatic turn. Once known for their lavish lifestyle, biting wit, and picture-perfect Southern image, the Chrisleys now find themselves navigating the harsh realities of life after prison. Today, shocking new details have emerged about their journey to incarceration and their fight to reclaim what's left of their empire. From glitter to gavel, Todd and Julie Chrisley built a television brand on luxury and perfection. Their reality show, Chrisley Knows Best, became a household name with millions tuning in to watch the seemingly flawless lives of a Southern power couple raising a large family in opulence. Todd's quick tongue, Julie's grace, and their children's antics made them lovable, even if designer suits and marble countertops. Federal investigators were quietly watching. In 2019, the couple was indicted on multiple counts of bank fraud and tax evasion. Prosecutors alleged that Todd and Julie had submitted false documents to banks and the IRS, exaggerating their wealth to secure more than $30 million in fraudulent loans, then failing to pay taxes on their earnings. Fans were stunned. The Chrisleys denied wrongdoing and insisted they were being targeted unfairly. "We have nothing to hide," Todd famously said in an Instagram post, but the facade was beginning to crack. The conviction. In 2022, after years of legal maneuvering and mounting public scrutiny, Todd and Julie were found guilty on all counts. Todd was sentenced to 12 years in prison. Julie received 7. The couple surrendered in January 2023 to separate federal prisons. Todd to FPC Pensacola in Florida and Julie to the Federal Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. For fans, it was surreal. One day they were watching Julie bake in her pristine kitchen, and the next, she was donning prison-issued scrubs. The show was canceled. Endorsements dropped them, and their children were left to pick up the pieces. Savannah Chrisley, their oldest daughter, took custody of her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe. "It's like waking up in a nightmare that never ends," Savannah said in a tearful podcast interview. Meanwhile, Todd and Julie tried to maintain a united front behind bars, sending messages of faith and resilience through their lawyers and family. Prison life and unexpected challenges. Life in prison was a sharp contrast to the world the Chrisleys once knew. Gone were the designer clothes and first-class travel. Todd's once perfectly coiffed hair was replaced by a buzz cut. Julie, reportedly suffering from health issues, was placed in the medical center's care unit. Sources revealed that Todd struggled with the transition. He was reportedly targeted by inmates early on due to his fame and flamboyance. Julie, always the quieter of the two, reportedly found solace in a routine of prayer and journaling, according to a fellow inmate who was released earlier this year. In mid-2024, a federal judge agreed to reduce Todd and Julie's sentences after a successful appeal on procedural grounds. Todd's time was shortened by 4 years and Julie's by 2. In early 2025, Julie was released to a halfway house, followed by Todd just a few months later. The shocking post-prison return. Today's shocking news isn't just about the release, it's about what they're doing next. The Chrisleys, despite being battered by scandal, are planning a return to television. Sources close to the family confirm that a new docuseries is in development, chronicling their experience from reality stars to convicts and now to redemption seekers. Tentatively titled Chrisley Reclaimed, the show promises never-before-seen prison letters, emotional family reunions, and exclusive interviews with the couple. Cameras have already started rolling as the Chrisleys reunite with their children and attempt to re-establish a normal life. Todd, never one to shy away from a camera, has reportedly leaned into his spiritual side. "I walked into that place a broken man, and I walked out a man of God," he told a small group of supporters outside a Nashville church just last week. Julie's transformation has also been noted. A source close to the family said, Julie came out of prison quieter, more focused. She's not interested in the glam anymore. She wants to focus on family, faith, and truth. Mixed public reactions. Not everyone is cheering. Critics argue the couple is profiting from crime and question whether they've truly learned their lesson. Legal experts note that while their sentences were reduced, their convictions were not overturned. They remain convicted felons. Still, their fan base remains surprisingly loyal. Social media is flooded with supportive comments, and early teasers for the new series have garnered millions of views. One fan wrote, "They paid their debt." Everyone deserves a second chance. Welcome back, Chrisleys. Another less sympathetic post read. Only in America can you go to prison and come out with a new TV deal. Family dynamics rewritten. Perhaps the most dramatic change is within the family. Savannah, who held the household together during her parents' absence, is said to be struggling to relinquish control. Todd's return has not been smooth, especially with Grayson, now a teenager, showing signs of rebellion. Chloe, whom Julie once referred to as our angel, has reportedly grown distant, confused by the upheaval. Julie's relationship with Savannah has also taken a hit. She had to grow up overnight. And now it's like mom wants to pick up where she left off, said a source close to the family.